Hello students, today we will discuss monohybrid cross. Clear? So how this cross happens, already we are acquainted with the terminologies. So now we will discuss monohybrid cross. So let us now discuss about monohybrid cross. Now what do you mean by monohybrid cross? So mono means single. So when we are considering one single characteristics clear in the cross, then this cross will be done, and we will consider a particular single characteristics, then it is called, the result will be based on particular single characteristic, then it is called monohybrid cross. So here we will consider only one character, one particular character. Now, so at first the cross is done between a homozygous tall pea plant. So already we have discussed what you mean by homozygous. Homozygous means when the organism having both the alleles similar. Clear? Because we all know that for each and every characteristics we have two alleles. Clear? So if these alleles may be similar, then we call it homozygous. These alleles may be different, then we call it heterozygous. So there is a cross between homozygous tall. So the parent may be capital T, because now tall is dominant. Now be careful, tall is dominant here. And we know that when we are representing a dominant factor or dominant gene, we will represent by capital letter. So where we are considering the capital, we have taken T as the symbol, and here we are giving capital T because tall is the dominant here. Now, and since homozygous, it is capital T, capital T. So one of the parent is homozygous tall, clear, that is capital T, and the other parent is dwarf. Dwarf is the recessive character here. And we know what is meant by recessive character. Recessive character cannot express itself unless it is in the homozygous form. So when it is only told that it is dwarf, then we can consider it is in homozygous form, because otherwise it could not have expressed. So we will take the small t as the other parent. So our homozygous tall pea plant is crossed with a dwarf pea plant. So for homozygous tall we are taking capital T. For dwarf pea plant we are taking small t, because the recessive factor always expressed when it is in homozygous condition. Now, so these are the parents. Now, what gamete this parent can form? This parent can form, because in gamete we know that the chromosome number is halved. So when we have two genes, only one gene is supposed, two genes for the same characteristics or two alleles for the same characteristics, is only one allele is supposed to come entered in the gamete, because chromosome number is halved here. If we have 46 chromosome, it will be 23. So when there are two alleles, only one allele will enter in the gamete. So gamete will be capital T. For here the gamete will be capital T. For here the gamete will be small t. Clear? So capital T and small t, these are the gametes in the first generation. Now the first filial generation or F1 generation, these gamete will fuse with this. Clear? So we can have this, do this in a square, it is called Punnett square. Clear? So where we have put these gametes here, suppose these are the male gametes, so we are putting the male gametes here, and this is the female gamete, and we are putting this female gametes here. And now when this male gamete is fusing with the female gametes, we are getting capital T small t. This male gamete fusing with the female gamete, we are getting capital T small t. Or this male gamete fusing with the female gamete, we are getting capital T small t. Or this male gamete fusing with the female gamete, we are getting capital T small t. So what we got, we can see the all possibility, in all possibility all are tall, because capital T is there, and we know that capital tall is dominant. So when dominant trait is there, thus recessive cannot express. So when dominant allele is there, recessive cannot express. So all will be tall, as because the dominant allele is present in all. So phenotype, what we have discussed in phenotype? Phenotype means the character, visible characters, which we can observe. It may be physiological character, it may be morphological character, but that should be visible one which we can observe. So phenotypic ratio or phenotype will be all tall. Clear? All tall. Phenotype is what we are seeing. We are seeing that all four are tall. If we go on for the ratio, we'll find that tall, there is no dwarf, so 4:0. So we can see here the ratio, phenotypic ratio, tall is to dwarf is 4:0. Because all four are tall and there is no dwarf, so it will be 4:0. Now we will go for the genotype. What do you mean by genotype? Genotype means the genetic constitution. That means what the genes, what type of genes are they having. Now if we consider the genes, they are tall, but what type of tall? Are they pure tall? Are they homozygous tall? No, because they have one capital T, one small t. All are having one capital T, one small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t. So they are heterozygous tall. When an individual have both the allele, two types of allele, clear, then we call it heterozygous. So they are heterozygous tall, or we can simply call them hybrid tall. Clear? So first filial generation, the result is the phenotype is all tall, and if we go on for the ratio for tall and dwarf, it is 4:0. Genotype is all tall, but that tall is not homozygous, it is heterozygous tall, or we can call it hybrid tall. Now these will be the parents for the next generation. Clear? Now they will grow the plant and they will become the parent for the next generation. So for the next generation, they are selfed. Clear? They are selfed. And now what we are getting? So now the parent is capital T, small t, because these are the parents for the next generation. They will grow the plants and they will form the parents. So all will have capital T, small t and capital T, small t. Here both the parents will have capital T, small t, capital T, small t. So it is a cross between the heterozygous tall, between two heterozygous tall. Clear? It's a cross between two heterozygous tall, and this is selfing. Now gamete, what will be produced? Because we know that gamete, one of the allele will enter in each gamete. So there may be one type of gamete which contains only capital T. There may be other type of gamete containing small t. Here also that there may be one type of gamete only capital T, another gamete small t. So now when these two are crossed, when these two are crossed, we can get another Punnett square. Clear? So here for male, suppose for male, so when these are crossed, suppose for male we are taking capital T, small t, the gametes, and for female also we are taking the gametes capital T, small t. Clear? So this is the second filial generation. Already first filial generation is here, and this is the second filial generation. Now what will happen? Suppose this capital T from female and the capital T for male, this gamete fuses, then we are going to get capital T, capital T. Now capital T from female fuses with the small t with male, then we are going to get capital T individual with capital T, small t. Or it may happen this small t of female will fuse with the capital T of male. Then also we are going to have capital T, small t. Clear? The individual heterozygous condition. Now next, another this small t, the small t of the female fuses with the small t of the male. Then what we are getting? We are getting both the small t's in one individual. So now if we go on for the characters, what we will find? This individual will be tall, this individual will also be tall, and this individual will also be tall, as because all they are having the dominant gene or dominant allele for tallness. Now for height. Clear? So dominant allele for height is present in 3 cases. So all 3 will be tall. But here there is no dominant allele for the height. So only two alleles are present which represents the dwarf characters. So as a result, the organism will be dwarf because it is recessive one and this condition, it is a homozygous one. Now, so phenotype, that means what we are observing. We are observing 3 individual tall, 1 dwarf. So phenotypic ratio will be tall is to dwarf, 3 is to 1. But if we consider the genotype, what we are going to get? In genotype, we will find this is tall, but this is homozygous tall. That means both the alleles are capital T, capital T. These two are also tall, but these two are not similar to this in the genetic constitution. These two are heterozygous or hybrid tall. That means they are having capital T, small t, capital T, small t. So they are also tall, but they are hybrid tall. And the last one is, we can see here, they are having both the small t, so they represent the homozygous recessive or the homozygous dwarf. So if we go on for the genotypic ratio, we'll find that capital T, there is homozygous tall. This is one only homozygous tall. Now, capital T, small t, heterozygous tall, 2 individuals from heterozygous tall, and the small t, that is homozygous recessive or dwarf. Clear? There is 1 individual. So, probability of forming pure tall is 1, forming hybrid tall is 2, and forming pure dwarf is 1. So the ratio will be 1:2:1. So genotypic ratio in F2 or second filial generation will be 1:2:1. So this is about monohybrid cross. This is all about the monohybrid cross, and the law which was derived from this cross is, we all know, one is the law of dominance. What does law of dominance state? That in between 2 alleles, one is dominant, clear? In between, when a character is represented by 2 different alleles, one will be dominant and other is recessive, and the dominant will express itself in homozygous as well as heterozygous condition, but the recessive will express itself only in the homozygous condition. So you can see here the law of dominance. It states that when 2 alternative forms, clear, when 2 alternative forms of traits of characters, clear, the 2 alternative forms of the traits of characters are present in an organism, only one of the factor expresses itself in the F1 progeny and is called dominant, while the other remain masked, is called recessive. So you can see here, one expresses itself in the F1 progeny, because F1 progeny both are there, but only tall is expressing itself. We have all tall. Phenotypic, it's all tall because one is expressing, so that is the dominant one. Clear? Which will express is the dominant one. Other remain covered or masked, that is the recessive one. The other law which is also derived from this monohybrid cross is the law of segregation. Now what does the law of segregation state? Law of segregation states that when two factors are there, clear, 2 factors are there in the parent, clear, they segregate during the gamete formation. Now when they were forming the gamete, they segregate from each other. So you can see each of the gamete get only one of the factor. So this is called law, this is law of segregation, that when 2 factors are present in an organism, because Mendel didn't knew about the genes or alleles, he used the term factors. So when 2 factors are present in an organism, they segregate from each other, and each of the gamete during the formation of gamete, and each of the gamete receives only one of the factor. Here also you will see that the parent is having 2 factors, but during gamete formation these 2 factors are segregating and each of the gamete is receiving only one of the factors. So this is called law of segregation. So these are the 2 laws of Mendel which were derived from this monohybrid cross.